Hey yo guys, I'm Lon from One and the Oasis. I'm your host today. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we have Foong here, Master Foong, the Platycerium legendary grower. So today we are really honored to have Mr. Foong here to have a look in Kawan Rusa. So we got a few questions we're gonna ask him. I think it's a really simple one. And welcome, Mr. Foong.
Yep. Thank you,
Foong,
Mr. Long.
I'm really honored to have you here. So actually got a few questions that I've been wanting to ask you. So the first one is, I want to know how long have you been growing into growing Platycerium? How long? I mean, from what I heard, it's more than 10 years, 20 years. You know, how long already?
It's about 30 years.
30 years. Wow.
30 years. I started at the age of about 25.
Oh, 25 years old.
25
Okay.
years old. From that time, don't have many choices. There's
okay.
only Coloridium and
Bifurcatum. Yes, yes.
That you have in the market.
Okay.
And then at that time I only thought there's only 2 varieties in the world. During the time I don't have internet.
Yes,
and
yes.
don't have any
friends, collectors. No.
No. As I found it's a very interesting plant. That's why
The first one you got as your Platycerium, what is that?
That's a Coloridium.
Coloridium. Yeah.
That's,
Okay. Not radii, right?
Not radii. I haven't seen one radii before.
So when you see radii, what's your thought about that? You was like,
Well,
wow.
It's a fantastic plant.
Oh, okay.
That's a very unique plant that the time only you can see some magazine on that.
Yes, yes,
You don't
yes.
even have an internet. So radii to me is something is very unique and nice. Also, it's my favorite.
Yeah, I know, you got a
plants.
lot of radii.
I think apply to all the hobbyists also love the radii that much.
Yes. Yes. Even myself also. I really love radii. But I guess when you started into growing Platycerium, other than growing the species that you like Bifurcatum, Coloridium, but how do you mingle with people in Platycerium community? During the time, is there any community people over there?
No, not much people keeping Platycerium, except the Coloridium, the
Only local variety.
local
right?
variety that people hang around the house. And
So how do you ask questions like when you started, right? Like us, when we started, we have Instagram. We can actually talk to them, ask questions about growing Platycerium. How do you figure out a way to get the plants that you want? Mostly nursery, local nursery?
You mean during the last?
During 20 or 30 years ago?
Don't have Instagram, don't have anything.
No, yeah.
No chance to have to get any plants or any place.
Okay, okay.
You only can get Coloridium, that's what I say.
Okay.
You only see some houses just hanging in front of the
Any
houses.
friends that is getting into Platycerium during the time?
No, there's
only
me.
you.
I'm alone there. Actually, I'm very lonely at the time.
You feel lonely? Are you happy to see a bunch of youngsters right now?
Yeah. Now the phone and IG and the Facebook, FB, all these things bring the world smaller, and then you get it easily, and then
I guess you never expect 30 years later you're gonna sitting here talk to a young guy about Platycerium.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's really amazing to have you here.
Yes,
Okay, actually, Mr. Foong has been growing Platycerium for 30 years. Can you imagine that? Without internet, without people to ask questions about how to grow the Platycerium. People like us right now, right? We can just ask questions like on Instagram and say, hey, Lon, how do you grow Platycerium? How do you water? I can figure out the pain that you have been through, right? The problem with the growing things, the pests and stuff. I think it's amazing that he's been persistent about growing Platycerium for more than 30 years right now.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the first questions. And how about this one, Mr. Foong? And you've been growing Platycerium for 30 years. Is there any specific species of Platycerium or hybrid that's in your list that you really like it, and then until right now you still think that it's a must to get?
To me, it's talk about species. I think it's the best plant I like species are lily eye.
Lily eye. The original species, the within the 18 one.
It's a bit not the easy growing plant.
It's not easy, yes.
everybody look at DBI, everybody like it. No,
I guess
really,
most of the beginner will actually look for really high first, right? And then it's not easy to grow for you guys to know that.
Yeah, all the beginner will start with the DBI now. And talk about hybrid, of course, my two hybrid that I love so much is Platycerium Foongsiqi.
Foongsiqi, yes, that's a cute looking plant. Foongsiqi.
Cute looking plant.
Really cute.
Yes.
And you name after your daughter too,
yes,
right?
Yes. It's a small little plant. It's
okay.
not going to big a huge plant. A lot of people can afford the space to keep their.
Yes.
That's one of the things that everybody run out of space. You see.
Okay.
The secondly is the SSFoong.
SSFoong.
Platycerium SSFoong.
Like the one that you see at the back there.
It's a bit medium-sized plant.
Okay.
I love it because a lot of decorative finger.
The tips the front tips, right? The fingering tips.
It's a lot of tips and making like a lace coming down.
Oh, like a lace, okay.
You know, when the thing, a lot of this coming down, the wind blow, it kind of effect that.
Yes. You know, for us, we even try to resemble it with a piece of art from a Japanese artist called the Great Wave of Kanagawa. It's like a layer and layer of a wave that's been coming down, right? So yeah, I think it's really a masterpiece right now. That's why I put it in center on the Kawan Rusa. And today, having you here sit together with your plants, I think it's a really rare occasion, right? Other than SSFoong and Foongsiqi, any plant that you think that is for people like us, you know, is like a classic species that we will have to also to get in the collections. Like for me personally, I think like the DW series, the Diversifolium with the Vilinkiae, you know, it's like the White Hawk, you know, the Pegasus. It's been in the market for more than decades, more than 20 years, right? I think. Is it more than that?
I think so.
Yeah. So anything else, you know, other than the DW series for you personally, other than your own hybrid, is there any plants that you also thinking that, hey, I think it's a really nice looking plant, I want to get that? Any favorite species right now?
There are a few hybrid that not from me, but I found it's very interesting. Is it's called Erawan.
Erawan. Oh yeah. The Madagascaris hybrid with elephantotis,
right? Yes, it's
right?
a very perfect hybrid. Why I say that? Because of the Madagascarensis.
Okay.
And this
elephantitis. Yes.
These two hybrid together, they kind of effect that both characteristic is there. Due to the shoe form.
It has the waffle-like shoe form.
The Madagascarensis.
Yes.
And then there's the upper form is just the elephantitis.
Yes, the elephantotis.
And two fertile form is
looks like elephantotis. Yeah. It has both of the parent traits also.
Two characteristics is go into
that's
plant.
an interesting looking plant. We're gonna slot in one in the YouTube. You guys can have a look later. Oh yeah. I remember you mentioned to me Erawan is one of your favorite also, right?
I find it's very
interesting.
Second thing is what you call that?
Which one?
The very round one, they don't.
Horn surprise.
Yes,
there's a cute looking plant also.
This is a really nice plant because of.
What hybrid is that already? It's Madagascaris with Alcicon?
Yeah, Alcicon.
Oh yes. We're gonna slot another image later.
The Alcicon fertile form is there.
Yes.
The Madagascarensis at the back is a shoe.
Yeah, you wrap it up like a cabbage, right? It's really nice,
very round thing,
cute looking plant. It's also really easy and compact to keep.
Yes.
Good. Later, maybe we can have one and take a photos later.
No problem with that.
I think Mr Foong has already told us that for his beloved species, you know, he's the one that he cultivated, and other than that, you know, not his own hybrid, Erawan, and also the Horn Surprise, because from perspective of Mr. Foong, he thinks it's really important to have both of the mother and the parents' characteristics to show in one single plant. That's actually a plant that we will have to keep for Platycerium enthusiasts. So come to the number 3, Mr. Foong. I think people like us, right, we will have a different subjective of contemplation for beauty of Platycerium. So for myself, I have a few criteria to see what is the beautiful Platycerium so that I will get them. So for you, do you think that is there any criteria for you to determine whether that is a pretty Platycerium?
To me on this, I always mention to people that as a Staghorn that has this typical characteristic and what I used to call selling point.
Okay. Oh, there's a selling point.
What's the selling point of this plant?
Okay.
I mean, why this plant makes this so
Special.
special?
Okay.
Maybe the horn is very long or very broad, a lot of finger, or it's upright, very straight, and then it's things very unique, you see.
Okay.
All these things that's interested into it because of the characteristic.
Oh, so that means that each of the plant has a really unique selling point.
Yes,
in the marketing point of view.
Yeah.
So the first sight when you see it, like really
not the selling, not the selling point.
Yeah, it's like the traits that were actually from the first sight when we see it, it has a really special, unique place.
Yes, a characteristic.
Like really when we see that, it will have a waffle wrapping.
The horn is upright, just like a deer horn, you see.
Okay,
yes. Deer horn. It's exactly like a horn.
So how about we give you one sample? Maybe like SSFoong. For myself, I always think that it has a really beautiful characteristic because it has a endless dividing fingertips when we see, and also when it grow kind of a really symmetrical way to present itself layer by layer, right? So is that the characteristic that we have to look into when getting to know that whether it's a pretty Platycerium? Is that?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying is the characteristics very important, and you must you look at the plant, then you have to know why it's whether upright or
like Vechi has a really upright front.
And then this is something that's special on it. Or maybe plants that very easy growing on any location.
That's the must for everyone, right?
Where you see something very beautiful upright plant, but only happen in the 4-season country. That won't happen in tropical, cannot grow, all these things. No point having a plant that you can't grow it so beautifully.
So what I see, right, Mr. Foong, I realized that you really like Vechi type of Platycerium, right? The upright fertile frond.
I told one of the very famous people in the world that asked me the same question. Why I like all the upright things? Because why I told him that why I like it because I have a lot of coming down plants already.
Oh, you have too much of like Willing
Kiai type, you see. The SSFoong, Foongsiqi, YC all this is coming down.
Yes, the long one.
I would prefer have something upright. Also, Wichai one of my favorite, but the thing is it's very difficult for Malaysia to grow that upright, you see.
Yes. I find it really difficult also.
Even though a certain leaf upright, the bottom leaf will go down, or go sideways, all these things will happen.
It become floppy, right?
So I create some of my new thing is all upright. Not much sunlight. I mean not much sunlight.
Will it be launching soon?
If certain light is sufficient for the plant, it's already upright.
Like the
don't need a special type
like the Ipoh Beauty? Is it that one?
Ipoh Beauty is one of one of the things is very easily upright. One more is Rosebud has 7 released in the market yet.
I think maybe we'll slot in the image later.
One more is I haven't in the market yet. I'm trying to do something upright.
Stay tuned, guys. Mr. Foong got more cultivated hybrid soon in the market.
I like all these upright plants.
Let me know, Mr. Foong, when you launch it.
No problem.
So from my understanding, when we talk to Mr. Foong, everyone has their own perspective of contemplating the beautiful of Platycerium. Like myself, I like the undividing fingertips, and then so because of the way they droop down, which you prefer upright, right? And I like the way they present it in a really symmetrical way. But I also seen a lot of Platycerium enthusiasts, they prefer thick trichomes. They will have like the white dusty trichomes, and it's really like the one is like the Platycerium or more, SPY, something like that. They prefer those kind. So can I say that everyone has a different way to contemplate the beauty of Platycerium? So I think upright, fertile frond, symmetrical, droopy, trichome, all these things lah.
This is a selling point that why so special of the plant because of their own special characteristics.
I think it's really important that when we look at the plant at first sight, you think it's pretty, then it must be a pretty plant for you lah.
So
eventually we will slowly look for the plants that you think is beautiful in your own opinions. Yeah, that's how we actually get addicted also.
Additional bit because those days mine struck me in Staghorn because it's Malay Tantu Kijang, Tantu Rusa, and then in English they call Staghorn.
Staghorn, yes.
Staghorn,
Fern,
Deerhorn, whatever, all
yes.
these things. Because there's a deer.
The antler, right? The antler.
So during my young time, I expect the horn to be upright.
Upright.
You never see a rusa or a kijang or a deer that the horn coming down, you see. There is not a horn, you see. So that's why I'm looking for something upright.
Okay.
Then the lily eye comes in my time. I found that the lily eye is about.
Yes.
It's exactly like this.
Exactly look like an antler horn.
Right? And then now it's coming the new mutation of this.
Yes, the white fawn, the thin
white fawn, the Gen 5, or then it looks like a moose, you know. It's bigger than the moose, isn't it?
Yes, I think I have the photo when I'm holding the Gen 5 ready.
Yes.
Yeah, got a spot in also.
All this is very interesting for me because I like something up. Unfortunately, I got a hybrid all coming down. That's why I'm still not satisfied with that. That's why I use my very hard thing to get something upright.
I think that's a spirit of grower also, you know. They never satisfied with what they have. They keep on creating and also giving out more varieties in the market for us to actually to have a collections for us also as a collector. So I think that's really interesting. So come to the last one, Mr. Foong. Do you have any advice to people, to newcomers to Platycerium? They wanted to grow Platycerium. Any advice for people like them or also people like us? We've been growing not more than 30 years, maybe just 3 years. Any advice? You know, what should we be aware of and what's your experience that you want to share with us?
Okay, for the beginner, always I tell people that you get some normal Staghorn.
Normal one.
Okay. More economical one.
Bifurcatum?
So that even though it's a bifurcatum, even the plant don't grow well, you win that kind of pressure on yourself. You see, this is hobby. This is not your job. When
it's not obligation.
Yeah. This you better at leisure when you have time. This hobby.
Yes.
So don't buy expensive Staghorn in the beginning stage.
Yes.
And then make yourself so
stressed out.
You know, you're working also stressed out.
Yes.
You go back home must be relaxed.
When we finish work, we go home. We want to relax, right?
Get some normal plant and try it out.
Okay.
And find it how they grow it, the characteristic, what they want, water, how much water, how much sunlight, whatever. So all these things, after that, only you slowly upgrade yourself to a better hybrid
things that we want.
Something that you like. More.
Yes.
Is this something you like? Sure, expensive because those things is very
it's really rare.
Wanted by everyone.
Yes, it's wanted. The high demand. You know.
Yes, they always ask people why this problem happened. That always happen. Always ask me this question. I said, why they're so concerned about this plant? Because this plant pay so much money to buy that plant.
Yes.
That's why they're so worried. I mean, this is unnecessary. I think
we should chill a bit to get a plant that is like bifurcatum.
Bifurcatum.
And when we start to grow, we can observe the way, right?
Yeah.
And do you think that each of the Platycerium different species have a different caring routine?
Yes, of course.
So we get the hardy one first, right? At least we get the basic of the knowledge of how to grow them first.
Yes, the normal one you start to grow them, and then of course the elephantitis you will take care a different way. A lot of people cannot grow elephantitis, but then you don't go for elephantitis. You go for this called hybrid of this elephantitis. Called the common one. We call it
elephant Stemaria.
Stemaria.
Not Stemaria. Sorry, what's that? Neptune.
No, Neptune. One more is a quite common one is
Elemaria.
Elemaria, exactly.
Yes.
All this is something like the characteristic, all like elephantitis. But it's very easy to take care than elephantitis. Like really, all this is needs some not like a bifurcatum. They have some criteria you have to follow how to grow it.
So I guess it's really important to start with a plant that is economical. Don't get expensive one first and hardy one.
Try
out.
Very hardy plant.
It's very hardy plant,
yes,
right?
Very
because
hardy
I generally thought that people, every message that I receive from people, they always stress out with their Platycerium.
Yes.
From my experience, I actually compare Platycerium with some certain like aroids. I think Platycerium are so much easy to grow.
Yeah, exactly.
Minimal maintenance, except like indoor. Like, have you seen? I water the plant. You know, this is the only things that I actually worry about. And basically, when their front bud is not dead, they will actually regenerate back to their own conditions that they want, right?
Yes,
So guys, don't stress out. Listen to Mr. Foong. Get the plant that is more easy to grow and robust. Slowly observe the conditions, and then you understand how to provide the conditions to the plant first, and then slowly upgrade lah.
Yes.
Slowly upgrade to the hybrid, the classic one, and then the whatever plant that you see on Instagram that is so beautiful you want to get. Put into the list like me. I have a list. I have a long list, you know, the plant that, yes, I have a long list of Platycerium I want to get, and then slowly take it out. Because for me, I personally think that gardening is a lifelong journey. You know, it's not like a competition that we wanted to chase. And for me, I always think gardening will be everlasting until I'm old, you know, maybe 60 years old, 70 years old. So if I can't get it right now, maybe 10 years later, you know, everyone has it, you know, you only get it.
I additional something that
Okay.
Everybody, I think, needs some hobby in your life.
Yes.
So
hobby.
a lot of my friends telling me, my classmate, my schoolmate telling me, oh, this is not my things to matter now. I'm busy on my career, getting money.
Career.
I always tell them you have to cultivate your hobby by the time you're young. You know,
When you're young,
you cultivate a hobby, and then when you get older, then you get your hobby into it. Then after retire, you get something and full swing on your hobby.
Okay.
That means your rest of your life is more meaningful. Is
It won't be so boring, right?
And then now, I found that it's more interesting now planting, growing plants like indoor, like Mr. Lone, you see, all this is can show it's indoor. It's growing super well and super healthy.
Thank you.
This is one thing I never dreamed of when I 30 years ago. You see, I found that indoor cannot grow any plants in indoor, but it's come to reality. It's really. It's happening, you see. This is out of my prediction and my imagination, you see.
I guess it's because of the technology advancement.
Yes, technology, you can buy grow lights. Then pick a big moss to retain moisture for 1 week and water once.
Yes,
when the Sunday you are free.
Yes.
All this I cannot imagine this happening today.
Yes.
And then some is more healthier than you grow outdoor. And then I found that a lot of people run out of space in the house.
Yes.
This is a very good way of growing.
To decorate your place.
Just decorate your place.
Yeah.
So comfortable here. You see, it's just like dining hall here.
I guess
living in all the plants that you like. You see, wow, this is wonderful. You see.
That's true, you know. Sometimes when I'm finished the work, you know, I just sit here, relax, feel comfortable and really cozy, just have a long run with my plants. And eventually I realized that it worth all my efforts to actually caring for them. And like Mr. Foong said, when you are young, try to look for a hobby.
Yes, exactly.
And you know, when you get into a hobby of growing Platycerium, get something that's economical, robust.
Yeah.
So we move forward, you know. Maybe now 10 years, 20 years, you will become another Mr. Foong. You know. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Foong.
Thank
you
you,
so
Mr.
much
Lone.
for having you here and then to
Thank
share your
you.
experience and your knowledge to every one of us. And I think Mr. Foong gonna have a look around here also, right? Maybe you want to point to me which plant you think is pretty and give me some opinions, anything that I need to improve here also, you know?